YouTube? I'm back with another video as promised. Now, in between me doing the last video, Wiley went in my comments under the Armon Wiggins video that I said Armon Wiggins dragged Wiley. And he said, well, I hope you review my response. Wiley, you ain't even got to worry about me, baby. Because I'm going to always try to get both sides of the story because, you know, that's what I like to do over here for my channel. So now we're about to get into Wiley's response to Armon Wiggins and about the whole Opinionated. And let me tell you this. Opinionated sounds old, okay? She sounds like this old person, you know. We're going to get into her because I think that matters because people say, oh, Eve, she sounds really old, like an older woman. She does sound like an older woman. She does. But we're going to get into that more later because that has a lot to do with it. Because I think because the way she sounds is the way y'all think she, you know, is. And we're going to get in the whole situation with her and Whack 100. I'm going to do that in another separate video because I found another video. So we're going to get into the whole Wiley situation first. And we're going to make this one video. And then we'll get into it about her and the whole Whack 100 situation. Because I find that to be real weird too. So let's get into it. Now this is Wiley responding to Armon Wiggins and Opinionated.
Peace. So if you go to WileyTheTroll.com, I'm going to read you all these emails that she brought to me. Opinionated brought to me from Tasha K. So let's definitely break this down. She brought it to me. Let's get into it. So let me type it in. You can just literally go to the WileyTheTroll.com and you can see it verbatim on it. And I'm going to share it on here as well because she sent the receipt. Tasha K fired 2 moderators because they was working with the Wiley Show. Let me read this directly. This is very sad. Let me drop this link in the chat. Let me drop this in there. Because I want you all to see it. Because let me drop it in here of this particular article that she brought us the receipts. When she, Opinionated, fell out with Tasha, she fired him. So let's read it. This is very sad that Tasha K fired her mods because they were working with the Wiley Show. Last time I checked, she is not paying her mods. It is an unpaid volunteer job. I can understand if her former mods were dissing her, but they didn't. They have never talked badly about Tasha K on my platform. Tasha K needs to publicly apologize to these black women she fired. Tasha Talk Truth wrote this on to Opinionated, and she sent this quote. I agree she's very messy, and she's the person behind why you were kicked out of the group. Chat and Ash Bags, next thing I know, her and the other woman was administrating mods only and told Tasha who she would put in the group. I was the last person they put in. She told Tasha to kick me out of the group because I brought up her mind. Tasha K is weak-minded. Peaches, don't take off with Tasha K. If someone start dragging Tasha K, she would go back in the bushes. Tasha Talk Truth wrote this to Opinionated, quote, hello, sweetheart. How are you? I was watching The Wiley Show and learned Tasha K unmod you. I'm sorry that happened to you. I believe Peaches is behind all of this. Call me when you can. We will talk. Tasha won't even speak to me. Opinionated responded. Hey Tasha, how are you doing? I hope all is well. I absolutely know Peaches is behind it. She's very messy. Peaches mod for everybody on YouTube. This is Opinionated throwing Peaches under the bus. This is Opinionated. She wrote this March the 30th, 2023. Good morning, Tasha. I'm writing to ask you to please add me back as one of your mods. I contacted Chelsea. Please review email chain attachment below. Chelsea responded to Peaches, and I haven't received a response from Peaches. Emailed twice. Thank you for always being kind and supportive. Opinionated. April 1st, she wrote this email, and this is opinionated, quote, "Good day, Peaches. I noticed last night during the live stream that I had the wrong email address. That's my fault. Can you please review the correspondence below? Please feel free to contact me and or call me. Many thanks, Opinionated." April 1st, the employee of Tasha K responded to Opinionated with this email. "Hey, Opinionated, I see your emails about trying to get your moderator wrench back. We did some cleaning up on our end and took away the wrench for a lot of people. Many of you have been moderators for Tasha for a while, and there have been an influx of fans who wanted the opportunity to moderate. Also, due to us wanting to be more hyper-focused on promoting links, making sure there is no cross-promotion with other creators, we are trying out new moderators for the remainder of the year." This is opinionated. So let's get this crystal clear. These emails came from Opinionated. Tasha K fired you. Do you know how trash? Let's take Armon down for a second before we get to Armon Wiggins. We're gonna get to him. Let's stick with this piece. Do you know how trash of a person you have to be for Tasha K to remove you as the moderator? Woo.
Now, while Wiley is over there fighting flies, because that's what he was doing. He was over there fighting the flies. Let me break this down to you. A moderator on a YouTube, any platform, if the person that runs the platform wants to pay you, then that's up to them. But you do not get paid to be anybody's moderator off the rip. Now, like I said, if the person wants to pay you, then that's fine. But moderating on any platform is usually a free motherfucking job. It's like, you donating your time because, you like that person and you want to be their moderator, The moderators usually, keep the chat flowing and keep it, the trolls out of there and all of that stuff. So being a moderator and her being a moderator for all of those people, and half of those people had beef with each other at the time, yeah, I consider that to be messy on Opinionated's behalf. So let's get back into what Wiley's talking about. Now he's finished fighting the fly and everything.
And Tasha K don't pay the moderators. Don't nobody pay the moderator. Don't nobody. Don't nobody get paid over the Tasha or over here, period. So she sent me the emails. She directly sent me the emails. Okay? She told me, Wiley, Peaches is messy. She can't be trusted. That's exactly what she said. She got on the phone and called me. Okay? Then it immediately came out that she was let go. So here we go. Okay? So those are the major laser focus of Tasha K and Opinionated. But let's also get into Milagro. Milagro and Opinionated fell out as well. She fell out as well with Opinionated because she was messy. This person that you see on Armon Wiggins' page is not this victim. She had fell out with Tasha K, She have fell out with Milagro Grams, and she have fell out with the Wiley show. The common denominator.
I agree with Wiley though. Common denominator in all of this is opinionated. And that's what Milagros told her the last time. How you moderating for everybody? She even moderates for Storm Monroe. You heard her say that her own mouth on Armon Station Head. So how many people? Here's the thing: when you was moderating for Milagros and Tasha K, those two had beef with each other at the time. I remember when Tasha K doxed Milagros. I don't understand how you was even moderating for both of them at the same time. Anyway, and so when Mark Radio Millie told you to pick a side, I was with it. Like, what are you doing? Like, how do you moderate? So you genuinely list like everybody. And then you got on the Wiggins show and you say you like the underdog. None of those are underdogs. Tasha K but she said she never gave no money to Tasha K. Now, I don't know if she donated to Millie's platform. I don't know. But I remember her being over there, and I remember when Millie told her to pick a side. Yes. I believe I've done a story on it, and if I did, you know I'm going to dig it up. Come on now. I'm going to dig it up right now while we're talking if I did do a video on it. But I agree with Wiley. Wiley is right. Why is it that you are everywhere, and then you sitting up here on everybody's platform? You have your own platform on YouTube, and like I said, we're going to get into it. But come on, you everywhere. I can understand. See, I'm everywhere. But I'm usually like in the bushes, or I might say my little 1-2 and I keep it moving. But you're everywhere trying to be everybody's moderator. Oh, I support the underdog. I'm this, I'm that. You play the victim a lot too, Miss Opinionated.
Denominator is her. That is the common denominator. So she decided to sit here and send emails and calls and texts. This is her history. On Clubhouse, this lady is so messy that she will fund people that speak negative about anybody that she don't like. She will fund it. And if you don't do right by what she does, she would use her trauma when she allegedly was violated in the military. We don't...
Wiley. But now that goes with Armon saying that she funded you to get back at Armon because she was doing troll videos on Armon back in the day. And I'm going to show you how that little room that Armon shaded her on. It was slight shade. It was when he said that little room that you decorated. I'm going to show you how the room and everything. But yeah, so you saying she funds people that talks about people. She funded you to talk about it. She was getting to send you over there to the Tory Lanez trial just for you can see them on in them, for you can be down, because like she said, you like to be in the circle. And I agree. Wiley wants to be in that circle. But Wiley, that circle don't trust you. Because on Mad Day, things like this start happening. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to get back into the whole Wiley thing and see what Wiley got to say, because he's right. And she is the common denominator, though. She is. You everywhere. And I always side-eye you when Milagros had to put you in your place. And then I heard you got fired over there at Tasha K. Like, how does that happen? And then, like, come on. And now you over here with Wiley. And then you over there with Armon. And like, you everywhere. You everywhere, because I believe, didn't you moderate for Michelle A.T. too? I don't know, I'm not too sure, but allegedly I think you did. For real.
A tremble in her voice and say, oh, this happened to me in the military. Now, anybody know if anything of that nature happened to you in the military? Why in the world are you on the internet continue to get re-victimized by WAC 100? Why don't you take a break from Clubhouse? Why don't you take a break from Tasha K? Why don't you take a break from Milagro Graham? Why don't you take a break from Storm Monroe? These are all the things that she's doing. She is no victim. I'm 32. She's close to 50 years old. We don't live in the same city. She lives hundreds of miles away from me. Anything that she is claiming that she's doing it on her own. Let's get into it. Okay? I don't want nobody to block. As long as you don't use profanity, we're welcome. Now, when you get into Milagro Grams, they fell out. These are facts. So, let's bring Armon and myself on the screen here. Armon Wiggins reached out to Opinionated. Opinionated sent him some receipts, and let's get into it. Okay? We're talking about Armon Wiggins interviewed Opinionated, a former moderator that we fired for her messy ways. And we will tell you why we fired her. Okay? We're going to get it exclusive. So, let's get into what has she given to the Wiley show. On September the 15th, 2020, she gave $40. September the 15th, 2020, $20. October 1st, 2020, $40. February the 3rd, she said, Wiley, I want to give more to your channel. I'm going to give $300. Right? She just gave randomly and just called and said, hey, Wiley, I gave that to get on the phone. Because I don't talk to people unless you give it. That's just me. March the 2nd, she gave $300. She talked about her issues. Some private issues about, we ain't going to get into it. But she got on the phone and she was on that crime. I'm not going to talk to you for free. Then she gave another donation for $300 on March 18th. Again, she had went through some issues. March 29th, $300. And she said, well, just $100 on March 29th. So she gave on her own. No one told her to give. You would just give, and she just give money. But I don't care how much money you give. Last time I checked, that's not enough. That's not $300,000. Now, if you were giving a $300,000 donation every day, then that's a difference. You only gave me that amount of money. Once you pay a bill, once you give cameras and get people to edit stuff and do thumbnails and do other things that I do, it is what it is. I want to address something. She keeps talking about planes. We stopped taking planes a long time ago. We take trains, okay? Let's talk about when we were nominated for the Boss Babe Award. We get a phone call, and someone told me, 2 people said, why are you not going to win the award? I said, that's why I'm not going. Opinion, they said, you should go. I got a flight. Let's do it. I said, I don't fly Frontier. So we get the flight information. The main flight that it is, Frontier. I said, Opinion, I'm not doing it. You can cancel it. I'm not going. She said, oh, why? You really need to go. This is good for your show. Good promotion. I said, I'm not flying Frontier because when I did fly Frontier, it's too much on my legs. I'm a big dude. If I don't have a big seat where I have leg room, I'm not going. I'm not going to, well, I can recancel and add a new flight. That's the only one because I have the credits. I said, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I am not flying Frontier. It's not, Atlanta and that award is not that important for the knees to be up to my knee. You offered that because she had a flight that she couldn't go and they gave her credits. She said, I will use the credits to fly you to the award show.
Now, Wiley is telling the truth about that. We heard her say to Armon that she offered Wiley the flight and she didn't want it to go to waste, so she offered it to him.
She said, you should go to the trial. I said, I don't really want to go to the trial. I don't care nothing about going to trial. And I said, I don't have the...
Now, Wiley, you know you wanted to go to that trial with the Tory Lanez and the people there. Why not? Everybody, all the YouTubers was there. You being stupid to not want to go. I wanted to go, Wiley. But because I have to work and do other things, I couldn't go. But if you wanted to go, nobody's faulting you if you wanted to go to the Tory Lanez trial. That would have been real big for your channel. Why not?
Money for a hotel. If you go to the trial, I gotta eat, I I gotta go to a hotel. If you want me to go there, then give me all that. Well, I can't afford to do all of that. Okay? That's fine. Well, we can get you to the boss, babe. I said, if I'm riding Frontier, I'm not doing it. The main flight, Frontier. Not going. Didn't attend, didn't go at all. Didn't go at all. Didn't miss an ounce of sleep, and we didn't win. I am not going to no place that I've already notified that I'm not going to win the award. You will not see me get rejected. If I don't know I'm going to win beforehand, you won't see me there. It's not that important. I went to Atlanta to go see Monique. I go outside. I was in the crowd on Netflix. I spend my money when I want to spend my money, but I'm not foolish with my money. But if you give me $1, hear me clearly. If you donate $1, there is no refund. Okay? All right? She gave every single dollar. She did it. No one asked her to do it. She did it on her own.
Now, we did hear her admit that she gave her... when it comes to the money part, they both saying the same thing. She admitted it. He said that she gave it. He got the proof. They both got the proof. Everybody got the proof. And there you have it. But, opinionated. There's something about you. You are in a lot of mess, boo. To not be so popular on these YouTube streets like that. The only time you popular on these YouTube streets when we discussing mess. That's not cool.
Now let me tell you how effed up she is. Number one, you went on a platform, Armon Wiggins, that's attached to Milagro Grams, which you were very messy, you were fired there. And the main word that they were using in the live, they kept saying Emmett Till.
And I'm going to say this right now. And I was kind of disgusted. And I wanted to say something. So I'm going to say it right now. They kept calling Wiley Emmett Till in Armon's live chat on Station Head. The video I just did, the last video. I did not like that they didn't have to give him the name Emmett Till. Emmett Till was a little boy that got murdered for something he did not even do. So I don't like the fact that they gave Wiley Emmett Till. And see, Emmett Till got murdered and his face was beaten in or whatever. And his mother had an open casket. Go watch the movie Emmett Till. And that's why I don't like the fact that they call him Wiley Emmett Till. You don't need to call him that. Wild Eye, okay. Slewfoot, alright. But Emmett Till, y'all got to stop. Y'all need to leave that young man. He's already going through a lot in his grave, okay? Y'all need to leave that man's name out your mouth. For real, for real.
Let me tell you how disrespectful Armon Wiggins is. It's many other things that you can say about Wiley. Yellow teeth, cockeyed, mental illness, a twisted leg, all uneven lining. It's plenty of the jokes that write themselves. Why would you use our ancestor to drag me? That's when the audience turned off, because they probably would. They already ain't with you because they dragging Opinionated for film. But then you say Emmett Till, and the person said, well, why y'all keep saying Emmett Till and using it as a joke? Do y'all even know who Emmett Till is? Well, let me school you if you don't know who Emmett Till. Emmett Till was 14 years old. That was lynched. You know, he was killed, and that death birthed the civil rights movement. If you don't know who he is, research him. In Chicago, his mother allowed him to go with his grandfather to Money, Mississippi, and he was murdered. And his mother he went on the train on 63rd and came back in a casket, in a box, in a pine box. At first, Mississippi, they did not want to return his body. They wanted to just bury him in the grave there. But secretly, the black people worked together with the funeral home up here, and they got his body back to Chicago. Okay? And then they had resistance saying that wasn't his body, and then it was a whole thing, and they just went on a whole campaign. And then his mother had to sneak to Mississippi because the Klan and all that. They had to sneak to go to get it. And the lady that did it, she just died. The white lady that lied on, she died from cancer. She did that. She was old, stricken in years. And it was her lie. And then once the two men that killed Emmett Till, once they were acquitted, they did a magazine, they did an interview, and admitted that they killed Emmett Till. They said it, that, yeah, we did it. it's a such thing as double jeopardy, so they couldn't go and refile charges in this country. So when you're using the word Emmett Till, I think it get lost because you're trying to drag me and you're making yourself look stupid. There's plenty other things that you can say. Even know who Emmett Till is. You're talking about a man that don't know history and is disrespectful, and that's why the comments turn. They said, why y'all keep saying Emmett Till? Do you know who you're talking about? That's an ancestor. And if it wasn't for his death, we would still probably be, not able to use the water fountain. It was because of his death that black people said, you know what, we tired of this. Y'all killed this young boy. His mother decided, but it was her decision to say, I want the world to see what they did to my baby. She had an open casket. The funeral home didn't want to do it. Nobody, her own mother didn't want to do it. But she said, I want the world to see. And she told black media to take a picture because y'all kept saying black media, we the new black media. And you ignored the fact, because of black media, we know who Emmett Till is. They were on the front lines putting Emmett Till face out there. And because of Emmett Till, people take a page from his mother, and the reason why they post pictures and all that, because it's so effective. But it's sad that Armon is trying to drag me, but dragging the ancestor. That doesn't make any sense. Armon feels as though that he thought that people were going to stop giving to the Wiley show. They're not going to stop giving because she said out of her mouth, I gave to Wiley. Okay? Okay? I gave him the money. Right? I gave the money because in her words, because I like to give to people. A scam is, oh yeah, you know how I'm doing this. No. That's not a scam. You give your money freely. Without a doubt, nobody asks her for it, she just give cash out. That's the type of person she is. Because in her mind, I want to give you the money because I want to control you. I told Larry Wiggins, I said, in order to control me, if you want to control me, it got to be in the millions. That's not enough to give me $1,300. That's not enough to control. Okay? Now, if it was 1.3 million, then we can talk about you having ownership of the show and having, when you call, I will have to listen to you. Because if I want to get another million, I'll have to listen just like these politicians.
So you just admit that you can be bought, Wiley. Okay. Wiley can be bought, y'all. It ain't gonna be bought for no $300, no $1,200. No, it ain't gonna be none of that. You have to, you have to really buy him. He is for sale. It have to be in the millions, is what he said. Listen, this is what you said, Wiley.
Listen to the NRA. That's why we don't have gun laws. That's why the Second Amendment is still intact. Because the NRA gives politicians millions of dollars. That's why when children get slaughtered, politicians, they say absolutely nothing. Especially those in power, because if they know if they want to win the next election, they got to be and sing the praises of the NRA. Not because they want to, but because of the wallet of the NRA. But you would know this if you research politics as something they do not do. And so then I understand where Armon was coming from. Now I'm about to drag you, Opinionated, because now you feel some type of way, but you funded, or he didn't get into the receipts, he was too busy. Get into the receipt. She have funded me since 2020, and that is just in cash apps. It's not into money orders that she used to send me. She didn't get into the money orders because she gave so much, she forgot about it. And then we spent it as it came, right? That was during the pandemic, money order. One day she paid my rent. She did it. She said, Wiley, I know you're going through the pandemic. I want to do that. I want to pay your rent. And she paid it, sent the money order, and paid the rent. We was going through with the library situation. She wrote a check for about $6,000 to pay to go towards the library. She actually did it. Oh, you need your card to be paid off? She did that as well. But again, that's not.
Wait a damn it minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Damn it. Wait. So she did all of this, and we here now? Wait a minute. I don't understand. You got a lot of money over there, Miss Missy. You got a lot of money over there. You did all that for Wiley. You paid his bills and stuff. And we here talking about her now. So I'm really trying to figure out, Wiley, why you here dragging this woman if she did all of this for you. Let's keep talking, Wiley. Because I just want to know why we here.
Not enough to control. Now, everything was good with me and Opinionated, no problems. When we had Denat on the show, she called me. I need to understand. Don't trust him. I gave you too much money. If you want to continue to get my money, you must cuss Denat out. You must cut him off. I said, excuse me. You can't tell me who not to have on the show. Okay? I'm only bringing Denat on the show because Denat have a lawsuit with Brother Michael, Armon Wiggins' best friend. Okay? Alright? That's the only reason why I had Denat on the show. His first appearance on the show was because of a lawsuit that he have with official Kingpin, Armon Wiggins' friend. That's the only reason why he's on the show. Because he filed court documents. I'm sorry, Kingpin filed the court documents. And we called Kingpin first. Kingpin said, oh girl, you got it twisted. I sued Denat. I said, okay, fine. Do you want to give a statement? I ain't no statement. He hung up. So Denat number is on court documents. It's on court documents. I got on this phone. This my second number. And I called Denat. And Denat answered. And he said, I will come on. And he came on the show. And ever since then, he come on the show and give us update about the case. We're not friends. We don't go out for drinks. We're not on Hollywood sets. I'm just talking about a case that came up. Soon as we had this person on the show, because Opinionated is obsessed with Clubhouse. Though she's married, you're supposed to be giving your husband some wet, but you on Clubhouse for hours, 15, 16 hours a day, right? All right? And she was angry because Denat was on the show. She said, Wiley, I'm angry. I said, sister, you don't give me enough for me to stop interviewing Denat. Okay? I said, if you want to control me, you must give more. Because that's not enough for control. Okay? You don't have that power over me because that's not enough money that you have given me to control. That's where you out of pocket. Okay? Did the same thing with Tasha, whomever. Now, she kept saying, Tasha gave you a camera. I said, Tasha gave me that camera because I was dragging on mine. Nobody, I didn't ask her for the camera. She did it. Her husband got on the phone. I want to give you a camera. Give me your P.O. box. I gave him the P.O. box. He gave, not only did he give the camera, but they gave me the equipment to hook up the camera, but didn't tell me how to hook it up. It took me years to learn it, but we now know how to hook it up. We good now. So they gifted it to me. But the issue, and like she gifted her money, right? Just like she called me a day before yesterday. She still...
Wait a minute, Wiley, because what it sounds like to me is whoever gives you a gift or gives you money, you're going to go off. She gave you a camera, you were dragging them on. Now you're saying basically Opinionated gave you money. She was going to hook you over the flight to the Tory Lanez trial so you can be out there with them on in them. Like, this is like a little... You can be bored, and that is sad. That's not a good thing that you can be bored to do, like, things of that nature. That's not a good look on your behalf for you to say that you can be bought. Oh, that's not enough money in order for me to not have this man on my platform. Or that's not enough money for me to do this. Or that's not a greater gift for me to do that. Like, that's weird, bro. That's real weird.
Because she's not going to be able to get on the phone. I'll still get on the phone with you, talk about your personal problems. I don't care. As long as you give it to me, I get on the phone and cry with you, pray with you. As long as you give it, you will always have my ear. If you stop giving, I'm done with you. It's just that simple. Okay?
Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Woo! So he basically said, if y'all not giving him no money, he not talking to y'all. Y'all can't talk to him. Wow. Wow, Wiley. You just, I had to like my little clip for that. Like, what? He just said that to y'all, and y'all just accepted that, huh? And y'all over there just, and I like you, Wiley, but damn, you ain't have to say that like that. Damn. So if nobody's not funding you, then you don't want to have nothing to do with them. You can't talk to them. You can't do nothing with them, huh? You don't want to talk if they not funding you, because you said it out your own mouth. That's bad. That's bad.
So she called day before yesterday. I said, and she sent a cash out. I said, we can talk. I don't mind. But she kept running into denial. Then the last big thing that she called was the husband. Now, she called to apologize, but she had her husband. Let's get them on screen. And let's get them on screen. Okay, so that's the time. She had her husband. She got on the phone first in the middle of the night. It was 1-something in the morning. She said, hey, you up? I said, yeah. She called me on Instagram. Cussed me out. She dragged me on the voice notes. Then she proceeded to call me on Instagram. She cussed me out like a dog. Then she got her husband. And he said, I said, you're weak. And then he said, I told my wife to get off the internet. I said, sir, you're the husband. And if you're the husband, if you are a military officer, then you need to put your wife in check, because she on these streets acting a punk fool, and you need to put her in check. And then she intervened somehow. You don't tell my husband. I said, first of all, never you interrupt me when men are talking. I'm talking to your husband. Let him get me together. You stay out of it. You're a woman. My issue is with your husband is because he allowing you to come on the internet to act a punk fool. So get your husband to talk to me. So his husband talked. And then he said, I told her to get off the internet.
Wiley said he got the voice notes of Opinionated. Wiley, and I'm about to go on my community wall right now and send you a message. Wiley, send me the voice notes of Opinionated, because something is wrong. No. And you can't even blame Wiley. You got to get it how you live it, and he got it how he got it. But something is clearly wrong with Opinionated, and like I said, I'm gonna do a whole nother separate video on her. But Wiley, send me the voice notes.
And he said, I heard that Wack was on the phone, and I told her stop talking to her. So these were things, and Wack didn't talk on one time. Wack was on the phone doing this multiple times, according to her husband, and she ain't gonna listen to me. I told her, because the husband said, I don't do the internet, I'm a retiree, I don't do that. I told my wife, but she said this is what brings her happiness. I don't know how that's bringing her happiness, because you have all this trauma. She's on there crying about her history in the military, and they laugh at her. Now let's fast forward up to 2023. She get on the phone and she tells me, verbatim, I'm going to Armon Wiggins and I'm going to drag you into the world. I said, baby, when you go to Armon Wiggins, can you make me a promise and say my name? That's all I ask. I don't care, whatever. Make sure when you go to say my name, and don't tell them about your military experience, because they're going to laugh at you. Then listen. But she did say...
Now, if you listen to the video that I posted about the Armon Wiggins and her interview, Opinionated interview, she kept saying Wiley's name by accident. And she wasn't supposed to be saying Wiley's name. They wanted her to say Emmett Till, another name that everybody calls Wiley. I don't agree with the Emmett Till, sloop-footed, wild-eyed, anything else but Emmett Till. Because it just don't make no sense. That's just wrong. And for history, it's wrong in history. It doesn't need to happen. But she did go on the Armon Wiggins show, and she kept saying Wiley by accident, and I thought that was a little strange too. But let's keep going.
But at first she tried to do the Emmett, but I trained her enough to put Wiley. So when people go hear that replay, they're going to see Wiley. Okay? She did exactly that. Now, here she go. She hit the link. She on the show. I'm listening. I knew that it was going to be a setup, because I've already got people over there in Malaprogram, her she have a chat over there, and it's a chat. I forgot what they call the chat. She got a chat over there, and they were dragging it. They was dragging her for filth because I know for a fact that they don't like her. Okay, I'm over there in the chat right now. They don't like her at all, so they're just dragging her for filth. I said, she's going to do me a big favor is because she's going to talk, she's going to forget what to say, and then Armon going to shift it on her because once he find out how much money she gave me, he's going to turn against her and try to do it as well, okay? And so, here we go. He getting his feeling. I know him well. And now he's going to be, okay, now I need to drag you because you fund Wiley. You gave to the Wiley show. He didn't do enough to focus on the money because she gave a lot. But it wasn't enough to control me. Though she gave a lot, and we still need some more, it wasn't enough. But it wasn't enough to control me. It took a lot to control me, right? Everybody tried, Liberty tried, but it's not enough. So here we go. So she's on that talk. She's talking about how again. Armon is she's trying to explain the situation. The chat immediately dragged. Armon get distracted because 99% of the chat is dragging her because the Milagro Grand fan base is dragging her. All these people is dragging her. They're dragging her for film. So I knew for a fact that the public was going to be on my side because this particular person goes to chat, to chat, to chat, to chat, to chat. She go to everywhere. And so I knew for a fact if you keep going to places, they're going to be on my side. And they did exactly that. They said, I ain't with that. Lady, you gave Wiley this money. Armon, she can't be trusted. She falls out to everybody. And she weaponized her experience. And she give money to people just to get them together. That's what she did itself, right? So she talking. Then she talked about WAP. And then they exposed how she just unblocked WAP 100. This is all in the comments. Then the people kept saying, stop saying it until that is what. Then people were saying that you are too old to be dragging this because you gave your money willingly. Willingly you gave your money to Wiley. You gave your money freely because if the dates are there, you would never ever see me send a request to her Cash App. There was no need to send a request to her Cash App. It's because she's going to give freely. This is not the first time me and Opinionated fall out. And guess what? She's going to be in her feelings, and she's going to call, and she's going to be right back giving to the Wiley show. Okay? That's what.
My question is now: is Opinionated messy? Is Opinionated a troll? Is she trolling the girls? Is she riling everybody up for her channel? That's all I ask.
But she do. And so Armon was trying to give her some advice, but she's not going to listen to it. She's going to be on the Clubhouse dragging it. We still gonna bring Donato on because he got multiple lawsuits, so he's content, and she's gonna call back in. Okay? Now she's doing all of this. I want to let everybody know over a job that she don't get paid. Mm-hmm. Now I have moderators. They don't do what she do. They stay in the bushes. They a member. They give. They man their business. But not this woman. This woman is messy. She get in group chats. She get messy. She sends me personal information about people. And this is what she do. She's very messy. The problem with her is that when you befriend somebody that she don't like, that's when she have a problem. That's when she goes to all these things. Then people, and one of the people at Eva, I love her dearly in this regard. Because Eva jumped on and she said, oh, they said he's supposed to be bisexual. Did he ever try what you know? Because she ain't my type. She is the type of person that she got so many things going on mentally, right? And she ain't on her meds, right? If she is on her meds, it ain't the right dose. Because you're giving your money, and I personally, like I told her husband, I said, you need to give your wife a conservatorship. Because she's just giving her money freely to people, just giving money, thousands of dollars. She's just giving money to people for friends. And they don't want to be her friend. That's the thing that she don't understand. She's giving all of this money for friendships and she don't have it. Right? She gave Tasha money, this person money, Storm money. She give people money. When they don't do right by her, that's when she weaponizes it. This ain't the first and it won't be the last. Now to Armon Wiggins, I understand his music ain't selling. He only made $1,000. Money hard. He got to move to another apartment. The homeless people just broke in the lobby. And he's tired of the homeless problem. His car got stolen. He don't live in a safe area. Though he's paying $5,000 to $6,000, it ain't safe in that area. He was more safe when he lived in the boondocks when he moved to the city. So he had no choice to move. Then he's trying to work with his income. Because he's writing off all of not to pay no taxes, it's hard for him to qualify for an FHA loan because you must show that you have an income. You can't be out there just writing stuff off and not showing, like, you know what I'm saying? So you have to show a stable income. So he's just going through a lot trying to get properties, investing with homeless people and all that. He's upset that we're gaining traction, and we will continue to gain traction. And we will continue to talk about the trash music ain't nobody buying. And people are saying, I'm a fan of Armon Wiggins, but I didn't buy his record. We on subject. Bringing Opinionated is just a mouthpiece to talk about Wiley. And we're on Twitter, they're talking about me, giving me what I exactly want. Took me a long time to get it, but now you are out saying Wiley's name. So why would I stop? I will.
Now, is Wiley right? Yes, he is. You giving everybody, you want everybody to go to the platform and go see what Wiley look like now by giving him the name Emmett Till. Hello? It's promotion for him. It's crazy. And she just going from platform to platform to platform to platform, like he said. And she is giving away a lot of money. Come get me Opinionated. I need like at least $5,000. Just cash at me. Yeah, I do, because I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm gonna do with my little 5,000 Opinionated. Just hit me in the cash at $EVE 418.79, because you just like, you know, listen. I show you what I'm gonna do with my money. But this don't make no sense. Like, you are a little messy, Opinionated. Now, we all know Wiley to be messy. We all know that he gonna ride Armon till he can't ride him no more. But you funding the situation and you over there donating to everybody. Like, girl, I'm with Millie now. Pick a side. My God. It's a lot. It's a lot of drilling going on outside. It's just a lot.
Press the gas 100,000%. Why would I stop talking about it? Because my agitation and my commentary is working. Because you're mentioning me, you're talking about it, and you know the other reason why he's upset and he's doing this 110? It's not just about the music. Because somebody else is in communication with us. Let's put this on the screen. This is why he's mad. Hollywood Unlocked have posted in the chat.
Wow.
Thank you. I love you. And I said to him, to Jason, thank you. I love you, bro. Please forgive me. He's angry that I am getting closer and closer to the Jason Lee connection. That's why he's mad. Because I didn't burn no bridge with Jason. Me and Jason had a disagreement. I didn't burn that man's book. I did not leave no text messages. I did not trash his interview with Cardi B. And I did not tell Cardi B she needed another interview. I did not flip-flop with them female rappers. One day I'm with Lotto, one day I'm trashing, one day I'm forgiving her. You're doing all of this type of stuff. Okay? Now, I don't want to be close to Jason. I want an interview with Jason. Don't want to be at his party. I don't want to be in there eating no grapes, no apples. I want an interview, and we will get it because we're on the right track. The issue with Armon is that he's saying, I'm on vacation. Okay, you on vacation. That's a big old book. We're in the country. You on vacation, and the first thing you talk about is on your vacation. It's Wiley. Let's be clear here. Let's put it together. You on your vacation with your man. I don't have a man. I'm single. I'm a single guy. I don't believe in labels. I like men and women. Period. Okay? And you're worried about me, about what I'm doing. Oh, that's a big old, okay, I got it. That's a big old fire. You're worried about me on your vacation. Now, you're supposed to be so grand and all that. You literally have to think of content. And the reason why Opinionated waited so long to come on, I was up with her. I said, go and do this, and say that. Go do it. And she did exactly right. Because she's going on a press tour. Then there's other creators that's going to bring her on YouTube to talk about her story, about all of these people, talk about Wiley, how he did that, and they're going to use her too, and they should. She got the money. I told her to stop saying you got money, because the more you say it, people is going to take advantage of you. She went on Armon Wiggins. Oh, I don't care. I got the money. And Armon said, since you deposited chat, send me a Cash App. She sent Armon almost $1,000 to his Cash App. She told me to get me together. See, you lost a good viewer. I gave your competition, somebody you would never be, almost $1,000. I said, that's fine. You ain't hurting me, man. That's you. You're not hurting me. I ain't crying. I'm not upset because that's you. If you,
Wiley, send me the voice notes. Opinionated. You're messy. Yeah, you're a little messy. But if you want to send your little messy dollars to my Cash App, you're welcome to send your little messy dollars over there. But you are messy. And if you want to come on my platform and you got something to say, we can talk about it. But you're messy. And that doesn't make any sense. This is why are you going back and forth and telling Wiley what you gave Armon? Why are you doing that? That's none of nobody's business.
You think giving it to somebody else is going to harm me?
I like it.
But that doesn't make any sense. To me, the whole situation don't make no sense. Why is she even on there telling people what Wiley gave, what she gave to Armon? That's crazy.
I'm continue going to thrive and continue to be successful, right? You're the one that's getting fired and giving to people, and they're still telling you no, no, no. So have a happy, give all your income to these people. I'm still here doing my commentary, and I'm not going to stop. Okay? We talk about everybody on here on the Wiley Show. If you're in the media, if you're trendy, I talk about trending topics. We don't just talk about Armon Wiggins, we talk about a plethora of subjects, right? We went to Mayor Johnson, streamed this entire inauguration, okay? This is how we do it, right? And so when we hear this, and I'm seeing this on Station Head, I said, this is great. This is a good ad call. We got 500 people here. These are great numbers for the Wiley Show. We will continue to thrive because it just showed people that this is not a one-sided beef. This is a mutual beef. This is so mutual. This is Wiley, this is it. And this is Lady is a good promoter because I trained her well to always say Wiley's name. Be the victim. Continue to be, it will work for you. Be the victim. But it kind of backfired, really, because they already classified her as messy. Now, Armon Wiggins, you can't have it your way. You can't say that I have a mental illness and then say I pretend like I have a mental illness. When I was in a mental hospital in Green Oaks Hospital, and when I called you from the hospital, right, you called me back. You have to give a code when you are in a mental institution. I don't know if anybody been in a mental institution. We got 5 million people watching, right, around the world. When you are in a mental institution and call somebody, in order to get that patient back on the phone, they have to give you a code. I don't know about any other state, but I know in Texas, it's a code that you have to give them and say, hey, give this code, and you can get me on the phone. And I left him a voicemail. He gave me the code. He sent the code to the nurse. The nurse said, Mr. Wiley, you have a phone call. Answer the phone call. It was Armon. Armon was sharing things about his mental decline, how he wanted to end his life, how he had issues with his stepfather, and all of these type of things. And he said, don't give up, brother. The trouble ain't gonna last away. Just go through it. We were talking. I was on the phone crying. I was so hurt. I didn't have any family. Nobody was around me. My mother was around me. I father was around. Nobody was there. I had nobody to call but Armon because he was a friend. He was the only one. He was the only one. And I didn't just call Armon Wiggins. I called Jonathan, and Jonathan called me the next day because he was at work. And it was just only Armon. And I had nobody to call. You don't understand, because some of y'all don't have a mental illness. And you don't understand that I was there. And I feel happy that I could come to Chicago, that I could be around my family. I could see my nieces. I could see my sister. I could see my mother. I could see my brother. Because I remember when that wasn't the case. I remember when I did not have a family around me. You don't know how it is when you are somewhere and you don't have your family. They don't want to answer your phone calls. They cut you off completely. I was there. So, of course, I will always come back and show love.
I know he not crying, y'all. Wait a minute. I know he not crying, y'all. I know he not crying. I know he not crying. I know he not. Please tell me he's not crying.
Back and show love, because my relationship with my mother and my family is so much better because I've been there. I've been in that situation when I did not have a relationship with my mother. It was so bad. And Armon Wiggins is mentioned because my mother did an interview. I was cussing my mother out. It was a very terrible situation. It was bad. It was tremendously bad. I was going through it. It was bad. So now that I can come back home and see and be welcome, it was a time when I would come and when I would come to Chicago, I couldn't even stay in the same house as my mother because it was so much beef. I would have to be in a hotel, money I didn't have. It was just that painful. Do you know how painful it is when everybody just cut you off? I was in a hospital and almost wanted to end my life because nobody loved me and the enemy was working with me hard. And, he's working with me hard. I mean, he was in my mind hard. Your mama don't love you. Your family don't love you. This one don't love you. That one don't love you. This one don't love you. You see they ain't answering. They ain't call you. You got the order of protection. You see you in this courthouse, you just let it go. Just end your life. I just wanted to give up. And if it wasn't for the help of the doctors, of the people, of the medication, I would not live to tell the story. And the reason why I'm crying is because it's happy tears. And so I will always take a picture. I think it's an honor that I can take my mother to a gospel concert and we can spend time. Because I remember it was a time where we wasn't close. It was a time when we wasn't talking. It was a time that it was not one there. It was a time that there was no relationship. And one particular family member said to me dearly, I won't even come to your funeral if you will die today. That is how evil, how broken it was when you're being trashed in the church that, oh my gosh, he have HIV and all of these type of things. I was being trashed. And so it's good that I allow myself to get the help. And now I'm a stronger and better and wiser now. And so this will always uplift me with my family. I remember when, I have a good relationship with my sister today, but I remember back in 2016 that it wasn't good when she told me, you can't be around my children. I don't care if you live or die. It was just that bad. There was no relationship. Before my grandmother had a stroke, there was no conversation. There was no talking. There was no all these people. It was just bad. It was really, really bad. I had to literally, make ends meet to move. It was hard when I moved to Texas.
You know what? I'm happy that Wiley is doing better because I remember watching it all unfold on the internet. And I remember when Armon Wiggins did the interview with his mother and everything, and it became a situation after that. And after that, they was not friends no more because of that situation. And since then, it's been downhill. But I'm happy to see that Wiley is doing much better, and like he said, he's able to take his mother to the gospel plays and all that stuff. That's good. That's very good, because Wiley has come a long way from messing up that library that we laugh so much about. We laugh at that video, but he was really going through something in that video.
I didn't know Texas, never been to Texas. All I've known in Chicago. I lived and breathed in Chicago. I love Chicago, and I was homeless. I was kicked out. 2 order protection. See, I have to tell my testimony because it's my testimony. I had 2. So when people talk about court, I've been to court. I've been there twice. 2 order protection. My uncle Bishop Cartwright said out of his mouth that you should be arrested. But I did evil things to Bishop Cartwright too. When I was going through, I put his name out there, I put his number out there, I put him on Jack. I was doing things too. So I'm not just innocent. I did a whole lot of things. I clearly was not well. So I really was just in a whole cussing them out, cussing out the church members, everything. I'm recording phone calls. I called one particular church member so many times in the middle of the night for hours upon hours upon hours and hours. It was just that bad. I called her about 90 times. It was so bad she had to disconnect her phone because I just called her all day. I sent police, CPS, Adult Protective Services. I complained to politicians. I sent CPS. I called the Chicago Police Department, the police on my uncle, called it on his mother-in-law. I sent
That's crazy. Wiley did a lot. Wiley did a lot, but I'm happy that he's able to admit it and get over it. I don't know what's this music playing in the background, y'all. But I'm happy that he's able to admit it and get over it. But wow, Wiley, wow. Because I remember the whole library incident. But wow, Wiley has came a long way. I gotta say that. He has come a long way. But if you think about everything he's done, you be like, oh my God.
I sent Adult Protective Services. I sent the IRS to the church. I reported them to IRS. I sent the police. I sent the Adult Protective Services to the church and they investigated. So it was just bad all around. It wasn't all this lovey-dovey, take pictures and all this is it's there now. But back in 2016, it was real beat on top of beat. You know what I'm saying? It was really tangible. You had other family members, so the people that I was harassing, they was calling too. They want to be. It was bad. I was sending DCFS. I knew how to report, and I knew how to send. When I report to DCFS, they don't.
With Wiley saying everything that he does and that he did back in the day, how do y'all feel about that? Did y'all know about Wiley and Wiley doing all of those things from back then? Did y'all know Wiley back then? Because I know a couple of things, and it's been, publicized, but I didn't know about all of that stuff. But it's crazy.
So she comes to the internet and try to get friends for her money. It is what it is. But people will use you and abuse you. That's why you have to make sure you're good and sane. But most people in their personal life, they have a raggedy personal life. And then when they come on the internet, they create this whole persona trying to buy friends. And I've learned from the hard way, you really can't buy friends. You would just buy people as long as you give them. Once you stop, they're done with you. And some people you just give, they still will treat you like dirt. Like, you just can't buy. You must love yourself. You must love yourself. At the end of the day, you must love you. Now, when it comes to the YouTube streets, when it comes to us doing content, we will always continue to do content. We will talk about Armon Wiggins, about his music ain't selling. We will continue to do it. I will continue to talk about my mental illness. I talk about my mental illness almost every single day. I will tell my testimony every single day. I'm not going to stop. As long as that library is playing, that clip is playing, I will talk about it all day, every day. I will never stop talking about my personal life. And you talk about my father, yes, I met my father on Ancestry. No, do we have a relationship? No, absolutely not. And that's fine. But I will share that story. I will continue to share my story, what I experienced as a young man, as 32 years old. Thank God that I'm here to live and tell the story. Thank God that I'm bringing awareness about mental health, and I believe this is Mental Health Awareness Month. I will always talk about my mental health and how I got over it, how I was able to take meds. Do I want to take meds? Do I want to take and get on the medication and take it every? Who want to take a pill every day? No, but I do it because I understand when I don't do it that it's issues that do come up, and I don't want to go back to the mental institution. I look at Jacqueline Wright. It's very sad to see this woman because she didn't want to listen to her family. Her family cut her off, not because they wanted to cut her off, because she don't cooperate. You know what I'm saying? So now she's in and out of jail. And now she didn't want to take her medicine. Now you have a record, and now you in the system, and now you have no choice because the judge is saying, "Hey, you got to get you."
So y'all got what Wiley was saying. Y'all understand that he was basically saying Opinionated was giving her money freely, and she admitted to giving her money freely. I asked Wiley on my Facebook, on my Facebook. I asked Wiley on my community wall, if you go over there and look, to send me the voice notes, because I want to hear what Opinionated got to say behind the scenes, because I feel like she's a little bit sneaky for some particular reason. Like, for you to go over there to Wiley and tell Wiley, oh, I gave Armon this much and he's better than you and this and that and the third. Why would you do something like that? I want to hear her say it, and I want to see his DMs from Opinionated. So Wiley, send me the DMs in my DM, because send me the DMs. I want to see what Opinionated had to say behind the scenes, because I feel like she's a little bit two-faced and she's a lot messy. And this is a sad shame, because y'all think she's an older woman, but I'm going to show y'all who she is in the next video. My name is Eve the Weed. Please like, share, and subscribe YouTube. I gotta go. Later.